post-editing Jade here. I am also recording on my phone, so it's going to sound a little different than the actual podcast. Just wanted to pop in and say that, long story short, Aaron and I discovered that we have a sound pad on our device that we use to record the podcast. We had a lot of fun, or Aaron had a lot of fun using it during this episode. However, it didn't record that section of audio, so it's just us laughing for no reason. So I've cut most of it out because it didn't make any sense and it was a little confusing. But towards the end, you're going to hear us talk about it and it might not make sense. So I just wanted to warn you. We will read instructions and we will figure out how to use it properly so that I can keep the laughter in, because it honestly was probably some of the best parts of the podcast because she did it at the most random times. Sorry if you can hear my garage door opening right now. But yeah, so towards the end of the podcast, sorry for the confusion. We will get that figured out. Without further ado, here is episode 7.
That's awesome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I didn't need to spend all that time making our intro song. I could just have a fun little random guitar riff from Zoom.
You can use the pre-programmed one. It's fantastic. Yay!
You're going to have so much fun with this.
So much applause.
Happy Thursday. I am Jade.
Thursday. I'm Aaron. I'm tired.
We're both very tired. This is Unapologetic Introverts, and I am tangled.
Is it Unapologetic Introverts, or are we just sorry that we decided to keep doing this?
It might just be introverts this week.
Yay!
I'm going to have to hide this from you.
Yes. Hide your grandmas. Hide your Zoom machines.
Hide your wife.
Hide your wives. Coming for ya.
So Aaron and I are extremely tired because we went to NoahCon on Tuesday in Toronto for his last show in Toronto. It was very good. It was
fantastic.
Very loud.
Very loud, but not really. He wasn't loud. It was the
crowd.
The crowd.
Every single song. Everybody was singing.
The screaming teenagers and women.
Yeah, all of my videos are the girls beside us screaming the words, like guttural screaming.
You can't even hear the actual music. It's
oh my god. At one point I hear you laughing.
I think I was just making fun of them. Yeah. Hey, bestie.
Oh god.
Queens.
I don't like people who drink at concerts because then they turn into that.
That was pretty wild. Impressive,
Enjoy yourself.
Though.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna giggle.
Also, how much did you spend on those like
drinks?
Yeah, there were just like seltzer lemonades. There's like no alcohol in those, but that must have been like $12 a can.
She was only 21.
Oh well, they would only let her have one drink anyways. That's all she needed.
Yeah, she had a good time. She was having fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. I entered us into a contest and paid $10 to mental health, which they added tax on, by the way.
Oh, jeez. I thought donations weren't supposed to have tax.
It was $14 and like 67 cents.
Oh. What? That's not tax.
Maybe it was in USD.
Oh, that's even worse. To not even tell you that it's going to be in USD.
No.
Oh, it's just $10. No.
Just kidding.
That's yeah.
Yeah, so
insane.
We tried to upgrade our seats, but it did not happen.
Regardless, wonder who did get that.
I don't know. I never heard any like screaming about it.
Yeah, I would have lost my absolute mind.
Mm-hmm. And like even in the 300s, it was still good.
Yeah, it was still a good show. We had a good spot.
We had a good time. We didn't miss any trains. We did get home at like 1:30 though.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep until 2:15. It was awful.
When I fell asleep, but I woke up and it was like, you got 4.5 hours of sleep. I was like,
Did I really? Because
felt like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was loud. Like I had a headache on the train and I had earplugs in.
I think I was just dehydrated.
That too.
And getting like slowly, progressively worse as we went. And then we finally got back to the car and I was like, I'm going to chug so much water.
Need water, need a granola bar.
Yep.
But that has been our week. Other than that, I've done nothing.
Me either. I've just dog sat / house sat for the past week. So the combo of not sleeping in my own bed.
And just sleeping on a couch because of the lack of curtains. Told my mom about that. She was like, what? She's like, why didn't she just bring a tension rod? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. What's it? How would that work?
To put it between the window?
Yeah, they're not that kind of windows.
Mm.
That's fine. Jake's going to listen to this anyways.
Sorry, Jake.
Don't have any curtains, man.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's okay. I get it.
But I also would put up curtains.
That's years of living in the city versus living out in the middle of
Nowhere.
the sticks. Noah Con references.
It's too funny. My dad's friend came over last night and was like, who'd you go see? I was like, Noah Con.
The shirt I'm wearing.
They were like, what?
Noah, what?
I was like, he had 3 sold out shows. I've heard him everywhere, but like, is he on our radios in town?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody like plays that kind of music. Like there's no folk related music stations. So
that's all I listened to today.
Me too. How funny.
But then, Spotify did I'm not hating on you, Spotify. Thank you for letting us host our podcast here.
Yes.
Spotify did its thing where it only played like 10% of the whatever fee.
I know. I hate that so much because that's exactly why I didn't know half the songs at the concert because I had never heard them before.
I didn't know a couple. And then I heard girls behind us and I was like, because my brain being the way I am was like, they're talking about me.
Of course. I did the exact same thing.
They were like, oh, she doesn't even know talking about somebody not knowing the words and then being like, but she has a shirt. And I was like, I really hope this isn't me because I don't know this song right now.
Okay, I'm glad because I was kind of sitting there like, oh, I'm sort of singing along, but I have no clue what he's saying.
But like, please don't judge me.
Don't judge me, even though we're definitely not talking about us.
In my head, it was directed towards me, and I was like, feeling it,
taking it personally.
I was like, shit.
You know what? We deserve to be there as much as they did.
Yeah. Also, to anyone listening, if you're at a concert and you're judging people for not knowing songs, get fucked.
Yeah. Rude, by the way.
If you like a couple songs of somebody and you want to go see them in concert, go see them in concert. You'll learn new songs.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you like them more. Mm-hmm. Maybe you start to follow them. Maybe you buy all their albums in vinyl and CD or cassette, whatever they're offering these days.
Probably all 3.
All 3, yeah.
There was a song that he played that I might have heard like once before. I heard it about 4 times today. It's a good song. I don't know what it's called.
I liked New Perspective.
I love New Perspective.
Yeah, that one I had heard before and I recognized it, but I didn't know the lyrics to. And then today I listened to the actual lyrics and I'm like, I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like talks about towns like ours. Yeah.
The intersection's got a target.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he played Godlight. Apparently he didn't. I don't know if that was like a regular on his set list. And he played something else, which is why I think he didn't play I'll Call Your Mom. I'm so sad.
I know. So mad.
But we got Paul Revere, which the first Toronto show didn't get.
Oh, that's cool.
We got, I think it's called Strawberry Wine.
Yeah, Strawberry Wine.
They freaked the fuck out behind us when that happened.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that song.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it until then, but then I listened to it again today and I was like, still not.
And then he played something else that people were like, oh, I didn't get to hear that. And you guys got Dallas Green.
Yeah, we got Dallas Green.
Night 2 Toronto didn't get anybody. Sorry, Night 2. Night 1 got Shawn Mendes.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Dallas Green really wasn't on.
He did not know the word.
No, dude was definitely reading off the paper.
Yeah, at least like it's funny because I have it on video, and you can he's really trying, but you can just hear the crowd. And then at one point, I think they do a chorus. He sings, then they do another chorus, and it's just the crowd, and Noah's looking at him like, "Holy shit."
You don't know any of my lyrics, but I'm gonna keep smiling. Yay!
You just let the crowd sing. Let the crowd sing.
They'll sing. They know all the lyrics.
Yeah, I loved our seats. I wouldn't trade where we sat, but I really, really wanted the maple leaf confetti.
Oh, I know. I saw that. People were on the train back.
It was
Had a bunch
so
of it.
cute.
Mm.
And I didn't realize that was it the same confetti, same song? No. It was another song. It was Snow.
Yeah. I was trying to signal that to you over the screaming.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it's snowing. And you're like, yeah, just nodding at me like you heard what I said, but not a chance.
No. Belching. Sorry. We always record right after dinner.
Yeah, and that does not go well.
I say right after. It's like been like an hour. But yeah, so we had a concert. It was really fun. And now we don't have another one for another month.
Yeah, but that's okay. This is more concerts than I've been to in many years.
Yeah, this is the first year I've been to this many. Usually it's like one or two. At least one is my goal.
Sweet.
Although our next one is Sleep Token.
It's highlight of the year right there.
I'm gonna die. Aaron bought chairs for us to be ready to sit in line already.
Line. We just get there at 9 a.m. I don't know when we're going. We'll find out.
Honestly, if I have a nap on the sidewalk in Montreal, that's okay.
I really hope the weather's decent.
Fuck.
We're gonna be so screwed.
Yep. Well, maybe it'll be nice. There's really no coverage outside the venue. I looked.
We're doomed.
It's okay.
Okay. What is this thing about the guy on TikTok who keeps buying lobster plush?
Have you seen it or no?
No.
So it's the girlfriends documenting it. I'll have to find them and send them to you because I was not on my game this week. I picked a topic and went cool and then didn't touch the note.
Me every time I pick a topic.
Next week I will have the username and maybe his name. Essentially, this girlfriend is documenting her boyfriend keeps going to maybe Target or places like that, and just they're these little lobster plushes, and he has so many. They're the same.
I was gonna say, is it the same plush over and over again?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
I can't judge. I mean,
no.
You know me, but
I thought it was so funny because there's just like this man, just like every time he sees it, he's like, yeah, I need another one. And I think they might come in different sizes, but then I saw it made it to Twitter. I was like, oh my God. So, shout out to Lobster Plush Man. Hope you're doing well.
yeah,
Hope you get all the plush.
Need an update. Do you have a whole room full of little lobsters?
I'm gonna
Big lobsters?
I'll try and find an update. Well,
Lobsters attached to the ceiling? With
I want to know
lights?
what started it. Like,
Just really loves lobster, I guess.
they are cute. I will give them that. They do look cute, and they look very plushy.
I love plushy things.
I know.
Yay.
What the hell? Jelly beans?
This was so stupid. And honestly, I think I'm the only one who's going to find it funny, but I was scrolling through Instagram, and you know how you just get a mass amount of ads all the time? Every 4 scrolls or whatever is another ad or whatnot. So I stumble across this ad, and it's through Vistaprint.
Okay.
And I'm staring at it, and it looks like a jelly bean.
Okay.
Okay, so it is. I thought it was a jelly bean, and I thought to myself, how crazy is that they're gonna print on jelly beans? Right? I'm like, yeah, jelly beans. So you get 300 jelly beans. So they're gonna print them. Cool. I was convinced.
What?
I was so convinced this was going on. I was ready to tell the whole entire world that they were going to print your logo on jelly beans. How cool is that for $60 or something stupid like that, or $300?
Well, I
I can't remember.
I've been to a wedding before, and they had M&Ms that they had stuff printed on.
Well, that's what I thought they were doing. But then
Okay.
after I wrote it down as a note to put into the podcast,
Yeah.
I did some digging and realized that I was an idiot.
Oh no.
And they just print on this little box that looks like a jelly bean. I know, this is such a stupid
box?
thing. It's like a little tin that looks like a jelly bean.
Oh, what for?
But I was so convinced that they were printing jelly beans. That was so stupid. Anyway, that was my story. I was 100% ready to come on here and be like, I'm going to endorse Vistaprint because who prints on tiny jelly beans? Like tiny.
Yeah.
That's wild. But
And the fact that it would be like Vistaprint.
My dreams got crushed there when I opened that ad.
I tried to find lobster plush and it like I searched it. It was like my boyfriend keeps buying lobster plush from Target. Nothing's coming up now.
Oh, maybe they've ducked off the internet after being slightly humiliated about the lobster plush.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope not. The next thing is also, let me ask something about me. Bracket. Aaron, remember this?
Yes. Okay. So maybe this is a self-discovery moment. I don't know. We'll find out once I ask you. You have to be honest.
Okay.
Do I have a lisp?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I've been looking. I've been looking at all of our episodes. I've been listening to all of our episodes, and I think I have like a slight lisp.
Do you have like an example of when you like what words?
No.
Okay.
That or I'm just really lazy as I'm talking and don't enunciate.
That's me. On the topic of speaking, because I missed it, because I wasn't looking at our note. When you're listening to this, please know that we are recording on the Thursday that episode 6 came out, and I sincerely apologize for the amount of times both of us say the word like when we are talking about the eclipse. I was editing it, and I wanted to throw myself out the window.
I'm okay with it.
I was like, oh, fuck me, I did it again.
I'm unapologetic. I know I said like way too many times, and I constantly do it.
We were doing so well.
I'm trying so hard today.
I haven't noticed if I've said it, and I didn't even notice when we were talking, and I don't know why we were doing it so much. But I was going to say it again.
Nope.
I need, that's not a verb or an act. What are you?
Some descriptive term.
I was editing, and I couldn't even cut pieces out because it was every other word to try and explain something. And I
just get out of her system right now. Like. Sounds
like you're saying lick.
Like.
Or you're
like.
You are that little toy that I've seen on TikTok. I was like, no. It sticks the tongue out all the time as soon as you press it. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I got it out of my system.
It's probably not out of mine. It'll never be out of mine.
I blame my lisp that I apparently
I don't think you have a lisp.
I think I have a lisp.
I think sometimes I just have too much spit in my mouth.
All right, people, I'm looking at our stats. Listen to episode 6.
It said we had like one.
We got one listener. I hope you enjoyed all of our likes.
Oh, at least it counts. It counts a play as soon as you're like, I'm just gonna go cry in the corner. It counts as soon as you have a listener who has listened for at least 60 seconds.
Oh, we shouldn't tell people that because then they won't listen for much longer.
Hey, it still shows up in my stats. I don't care.
Thanks for liking our likes.
Yes. This week is a chill week because, as I said before, Aaron and I are tired.
We might be a little goofy.
So we're going to talk about something that at least Jade's very passionate about, and that is books.
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 It's not like I'm not passionate about them. I just need more time in my life.
Yeah, I just have too much time because I don't do anything. Although I haven't read in like a week.
I haven't read in months. This is a terrible topic for me. It just makes me feel dumb.
I wrote out the notes for this and then promptly, like I said earlier, that's allowed. I didn't touch the notes. Aaron was a good host. And
I filled in at least half of the answers for this one.
So we'll dive into it because I love books. If I stop liking books, I will be very sad. I did go through a phase probably out of high school into college, I think, where I was not really reading. And then I forget when I got back into it. And then last year I read
1,000 books.
No, I read 32 books that I could remember because I logged it in the Goodreads. I logged it in the app as soon as I got it. So that was just based off of memory and trying to look at my bookshelf. And I also reread books last year. So
You know what? I didn't do too bad. I think I read like 5.
hey,
That counts.
5 is okay.
It counts.
I want to know because what the hell?
What's happening?
Hold on.
Why is there noises happening?
What is happening? Some type of air fan thing turned on.
That's a loud fan.
The fucking dehumidifier. It's not a cat.
I gotta turn this up a bit louder.
As I was saying, I want to know what books you read as a kid because one, we saw some in the where were we? Marshalls? Is that what it was?
Yes. Yeah, Marshalls. I was gonna say Winners, but it's all the same store.
Because we were in Marshalls and I was like, oh, I have these at home. But also I was talking with Natalie at work because she found some Shel Silverstein, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
She found some of his books, so she bought them.
Oh.
And I was like, I have those downstairs. So, Aaron, what kind of books did you read or get read as like a kid? Like,
I didn't know.
I did it again.
I didn't know what level or age of.
I guess I shouldn't say you read. What books did you read with your parents if you read with your parents?
I read. I don't know if this sounds familiar or not to you. The Little Mister books.
Are they they look like emoticons, kind of?
Yeah, little emoji people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have like this little Mr. Happy doll that was like 3 inches big. And I would carry it around with me everywhere. It was my favorite thing like ever.
Did you lose it?
I think it's somewhere in my house still, but I have no clue where.
Oh.
So I'll have to dig up that gem one day. You asked if Magic School Bus was a thing?
Yeah. I have
not
them all
for
on
me.
the bookshelf out there.
I've never seen the books.
Oh, really?
No. I've only seen it on TV.
Yeah. Also, there's cat hair in my mouth. Love the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, good
Great show.
series in general.
Hate that they kind of rebooted it because it looks like trash.
Oh, did they reboot it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Ew.
It's all like animated.
Gross.
I mean, it was animated, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like over animated.
Yeah.
It's not classic flat 2D
No,
animation.
it's not. What's her name? The girl. And I didn't realize until I watched Grace and Frankie that that's who Miss Frizzle is.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Jane Fonda, the other one.
No, the other one. Sorry.
Love that.
I can't remember.
Yes, loved Magic School Bus. Curious George. I have a bunch of Curious George books.
Curious George was definitely like 1993, 1994.
Okay.
I think.
Robert
I do
Munch?
remember it. Robert Munch. Yes, I have heard of. I don't think I actually read it when I was a kid.
Yeah. I have a feeling it might have like picked up when I was in elementary school.
Yeah. Same with like the Shel Silverstein. That was not really a thing.
I don't know anybody
my
else who knows
radar.
it, so I was surprised that Natalie was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like,
I recognize it, but I don't personally think I've read any.
"They're just poems."
Yeah.
There's where the sidewalk ends,
I've
a
heard of
light
that
in the
one.
attic, Runny Babbitt, and then Natalie picked up one I hadn't heard of, but there's one about. I think her name is Cynthia Stout. Would not take the garbage out, and it's
Weird.
This girl leaves her trash, and it piles so high, like breaks through the roof. But yeah. I think it's Robert Munch, or it might be someone else, and I will correct myself if I'm wrong next week. There's like a book.
Describe it to me.
So one of the stories is like a dad is shopping with his 2 kids, and eventually the baby gets put on the conveyor belt, and they're like trying to like check out at the grocery store, and they're figuring out how much the baby's worth or something. Or there's a girl who has like markers and she colors like all over herself. And I think she turns invisible at one point.
Okay, never heard of this.
Oh, it might not be Robert Munch. I definitely have them on the bookshelf, though I can picture them. Or Paper Bag Princess was I loved that book.
Recognize that one, yeah. It's just called Shopping with Dad.
No, it's got a weird title. I think it's by him. Natalie and I talked about this one too. But yeah, so I was just, it's so weird because I totally forgot any of those existed.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's right in your face and it brings back all those memories.
Or I have a giant book out there that's like Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss stories, or lots of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, no Dr. Seuss.
Which apparently Dr. Seuss is controversial.
I don't know. Everything is controversial.
I know. Everything from our childhood.
This is just why I just don't bring up any of these things, because I don't want people to, have a thing against me for not knowing or being informed, which I feel bad about. But at the same time, I just can't keep up with all of the things.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're hating this person this week. Did they? I remember specifically in grade 1.
Yeah,
we all tracked how many books we read in the year. Did they do that when you were in school?
No, not my school anyways.
No.
I'm sure it was still a thing for a lot of other schools, but we never really had, as far as I can remember, we didn't have too many reading programs.
I don't even know if it was a classroom specific thing, maybe.
Maybe teacher specific.
I read over 130 books.
Wow.
I think it is documented somewhere.
That's
in
impressive.
My school bin. Lord knows they were 5 pages long.
Yeah. But still, you were young.
I loved reading for some reason.
You still do.
Love reading.
My favorite book when I was a kid was called A Garden for Miss Mouse.
A Garden for Miss Mouse.
Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It's so cute. It's basically this little mouse character. And she grows a garden, and it grows and it grows and it grows, and it takes over her house.
Oh.
And it's a cute little story. You should read it sometime.
I remember, and I don't remember the name, and I think it's out there, so I gotta look when we're done. It's it's a book, and it's a daddy bunny and son or daughter bunny. I don't know. You can't really tell, but it's something about I love you this much, and it's pull out tabs, so they move.
Yeah,
it's so cute, so cute.
A Garden for Miss Mouse is by Michaela Muntine.
I've never heard of A Garden for Miss Mouse.
It's an old one. It was published in 1982. I still have a copy at home.
Did you ever read the Frog and Toad books?
I don't think so.
They were I think dapper English frogs.
Dapper English
That's
frogs.
what I'm
Was it Frog and
I think it's just called
Toad?
Frog and Toad.
A book series. Nope, does not look familiar to me.
I had those. I have really old Nancy Drew books from my grandma.
Never once have I read that.
I've read the old ones, and I read a couple new ones when it came out again. I don't remember.
I'm trying to, I don't know if you would know this or not. First off, I'm going to start off saying I did not read as a kid. Past when I started getting further into school, I did not read as a kid. I had no interest in it. I had too much of probably undiagnosed ADHD. No attention span whatsoever.
Yeah.
To get into that stuff. I don't think anything's changed, so that's no different. So I found it really hard to focus on reading. So what I honestly would do for book reports and stuff, I would read the back cover and the first chapter, and then just make up the rest.
Wing it.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, unless it's everybody in the class is reading To Kill a Mockingbird,
yeah,
they're never gonna know.
I knew my teacher had no clue what the book was gonna be about. So I just made it up.
Oh my.
But I'm trying to remember what the book was, because I think it was a cool series.
Oh.
And maybe you would know it. It was about a group of kids, I believe, got stranded on an island. like Lost or something.
Was it Lord of the Flies?
No. No, I don't think I was reading that in like, I don't know what grade that would have been in.
Oh.
I don't know. I've been trying to look it up, with the vague Google searches. Nothing.
But you can hum a song now and it'll tell you what it is.
Right? Oh, well. It's an oldie, but it was a goodie.
Did you read
the first chapter?
Lord of the Flies in school?
No.
No.
No clue. We got To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
And a lot of Macbeth, like a lot of Shakespeare poetry.
Yeah.
Not much in the way of like.
Why did we read Lord of the Flies? I read it in grade 11.
That's weird.
And now
Were you in like university English?
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good book. I think there's a movie.
I didn't even get 1989.
Oh, I got that in grade 12. I have that upstairs. No, 1984.
84. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't remember the number, because we didn't
read
actually
it.
deal with that. We got the
It's
Tiger
weird.
Tank or something.
Oh. Did you ever have to read The Giver?
Yes. I love that book.
I read that in grade 7.
It's like one of my favorites. It was such a mind melt.
So I remember there's a scene. Not a scene. Maybe a scene. Something in the book.
Yeah.
We're going to go with that.
It's a scene.
And I don't remember where it was, but it's they're like tobogganing down a hill or something.
Yeah.
And if it's at the end of the book, our job was to like rewrite it or something. I remember
weird.
doing that. And and what was the thing? Like nobody saw in color, but the two kids could see in color. Is that?
I think it was just one kid and it was told from their perspective.
Okay. But then like you also like couldn't have feelings for other people.
Yeah, it was weird, but I just really enjoyed it.
It was a good book.
It was a good book. The story was unique.
But then they came out with a movie.
There's a movie, yeah. I remember the movie.
And apparently there's like, it's a series. There's like more books.
Oh,
or at
I
least
didn't know
another
that.
book.
It's by Lois Lowry.
Yeah.
And it originally came out in 1993,
I read it in grade 7.
which is wild to me.
Yeah, I read it in grade 7.
It broke my brain. I loved it.
It did break my brain. Oh, now I'm going to try and think of if we read anything in grade 7 was The Giver. I don't think we read anything in grade 8. Grade 9 was just Shakespeare. What did you read for Shakespeare? We read Romeo and Juliet. I read A Twelfth Night. I don't think I ever read Macbeth.
Really?
Unless
Our
no, we
whole
read Hamlet.
semester was dedicated to Macbeth and breaking down all the fucking stuff about that. And I just...
Yeah, I don't think we did Macbeth. We did Hamlet, though.
I think I also did Hamlet.
We might have done Macbeth. I might have just really not paid attention. I can't understand Shakespeare.
I get it. I'm over it. It's all just the foundations of all stories ever.
Yeah, let me watch
conceived.
Choose the Man, and let me watch something else.
That's weird.
Yeah.
We just watched Schindler's List, which as a teenager is severely traumatic.
What's Schindler's List?
You've never seen Schindler's List?
It sounds familiar.
Or read it, I believe, is also.
No. All I can think of is The Elevator Company.
Basically, I can't remember exactly, but Schindler helped children survive Nazi.
Oh.
Yeah. It was... You ever want to be severely traumatized / depressed for a little bit, just take a watch on that one, and your soul just... I get why they made us watch that kind of stuff, because, you just kind of get a worldview of like, wow, we are very fortunate to not be in a war-torn Holocaust.
Jeez.
It was dark, but very inspiring story.
Huh.
How
I don't think I've ever
one
read
guy
that.
basically managed to save a whole bunch of Jewish folks, and which probably ended up with them, having grandkids and stuff today that exist.
Either we read Anne Frank or I just read it from the library. I know that.
That was the weird part. We never had that Anne Frank experience, but we did have Schindler's List.
My aunt, the one that's scared of snakes, apparently asked for it last year for Christmas, and I don't remember. So 2 years ago. So I bought it for her last year. I think she might be on chapter 3.
How long is it?
It's not very long. It's probably like
Just like a small diary, isn't it?
It's her diary or whatever, but she's never read it. She's always wanted to read it. She's like, I read really slow and the font's like really big. Like, that's okay.
That's all right. That's me.
Yeah.
I get it. So I made a short list of the popular books from my youth.
Ooh.
My youth would have been the 90s. We don't need to go into further detail for that. I'm getting a phone call.
Rude.
Sorry, we're going to ignore you for just a second while we do the podcast. You know who you are. So the list, The Giver was pretty much top of that list by Lois Lowry. That came out in 1993. You might remember this one, Rainbow Fish.
I fucking love Rainbow Fish.
By Marcus Pfister.
Yes, and then there was a TV show.
A true classic. Created in 1992. Thank you, Marcus. Holes.
I have never read or seen Holes.
Oh, I know you need to watch it.
I know of the peeps that are in it. I know the orange jumpsuits.
The book is really good too.
Can you give me what the fuck it's about?
No, I can't. You have to actually either read it or watch it.
Actually,
the movie was really well done, surprisingly, for
I didn't realize it was a book.
An adaptation.
It was on my TikTok on the weekend. It was like when Sigourney Weaver walks in like as the warden or whatever, and I was like, what is this freaking movie?
Watch it. Just watch it.
Should I read the book first?
I'd recommend reading the book.
Okay. Books are always better in my opinion.
My throat is making noises again.
It's okay.
I don't understand why. So yeah, Holes is by it's either Louis Satcher or Louis Satcher. I would pronounce it Louis because my dad's name is Louis.
God love English.
And it's 1998.
Okay. I still wasn't born.
Yep. Nope. You little baby.
I'm a baby.
Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I've never read it, but I have seen the cover so often.
I've never heard of it.
Look it up. Apparently it's supposed to be a really popular book. And then obviously the Harry Potter series.
I got about 2 chapters into that and went, nope.
Me too.
I couldn't do it.
I literally wrote, I got maybe a quarter of the first book done and never followed up. Sorry to my cousin who is a complete and utter fan of Harry Potter series.
And I don't know.
You know what? I like the world building.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm just not a huge fan of it being specifically revolving around one dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harry Potter just seems like an asshole to me. Red flags.
Red flags everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. And I can't remember at the time when I did read it if I had already watched majority of the movies. Because I know that fucked up my Twilight experience.
Oh, you just threw me back. That was probably the only book I was severely dedicated to in high school.
I remember, I think what had happened is Mom got the books. She read them all.
Yeah.
The movie came out and I watched the movie first.
Oh, rip.
And then I could not
Of course you couldn't.
I couldn't read the first
They
book.
were awful.
So I read the rest of them and then watched the movies.
I read all the books. I don't think I ever finished the entire series though.
Oh, I did.
As soon as she kind of got preggo, I was out. It's like a killer for me. I have no interest in characters developing babies, getting pregnant and all that stuff. I have no. When I was reading, I don't want to do spoilers, but one of the most recent series that we've read, and
have I read it?
Yep. And at the end of the book, it's very rapid. You find out she's pregnant, and I immediately kind of lost interest in the whole entire series, even though the first book was only about that specific couple.
Oh, but it was in like the epilogue, no?
Yeah, basically. But it just made me lose all interest in the characters ever. It just is, like, I'm all for people having kids, but just
I expected in the epilogue. Is that how you say that, right?
Epilogue? Yeah.
I expected in there.
I shouldn't have read it. Regret.
Yeah, you didn't have to read the epilogue. You could have just stopped.
I could have just stopped and I could have been happy.
Anything else on your list for your books? I interrupted you.
No, that's it. That's the top, well, some of the top 5 anyway.
I remember, now that you got me thinking about stuff, there was one, it was a series, elementary school, that it was a pretty big series, and it was talked about on TV recently or something. Kids in like a magic treehouse.
Magic treehouse!
Like traveling and stuff.
Yes! Okay, yes, that was my favorite. I actually did read those.
I read those. Or did you ever read the Bone books? You probably didn't. It's like a comic.
I do remember the art style.
My friend was obsessed with them. And then there was...
By the time that came out, I was probably really into manga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was... I remember the Bone series. I remember one that was like that, but it was called Amulet, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, the Magic Treehouse.
Oh, bring me back. That was such a good... Goosebumps was good, too.
I don't know if I ever read any
I think I read a couple of them, but I was always too scared to read.
Yeah, yes.
Which is so weird because, they're scary stories, but it's just in a book.
Yeah, still, though. You can visualize it.
I can remember the show.
Yeah. I never watched it.
Oh, I watched it.
Nope.
It's freaky.
No, thank you.
Stories about kids getting haunted and stuff.
Yeah,
Super weird.
There was a book series. Well, there was Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. I do remember that. I never read it, but
I've never read it. There was one, I want to say his name is Geronimo. He's a mouse, but he's got like a little vest and like a spectacle.
No, don't remember that.
His name might not be
Spectacle
Geronimo.
or monocle?
Monocle, yep. I can picture that in my head. Yeah, I never read Harry Potter. Read Percy Jackson.
I never read
Loved Percy Jackson.
You have to imagine, like, by the time
I know.
These started coming out, I was getting into like teenager mode where books weren't cool. Though I did a lot of reading as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember any of the books that I read, which is sad. Other than Twilight,
yeah,
which I still vaguely remember the story too.
I'm only remembering the movies.
Yeah, well, who can't forget those? They're tragic.
Everything is so blue and dark.
It's so awful. It's just
you imprinted on my baby.
That was so weird. Oh, I thought about that the other day, and somehow I wondered how my teenage self even put up with that.
It was probably less cringy in the book.
It was less cringy, but at the same time, as an adult now looking at it, I'm like, that guy is like almost 30.
Yeah.
Imprinting on a small child.
Well, he's supposed to be like, what, 18 in the book? In
the
movie?
But I don't think she gets pregnant at 18.
Well, they graduate and then they fuck off.
Literally.
I think that's how it works.
And then they get married.
Yeah.
At 18. And he's like, 400 years old or something.
Yeah, he's like,
there's no problem with
that. There's never been a vampire baby. We can have unprotected sex. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm not going to break your spine or anything. I'm not super powered or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Spoiler alert. She gets pregnant.
Spoilers. If you haven't heard of or seen
Twilight do you live under a rock?
Sorry, not sorry.
No, not sorry about
not
that.
Sorry. That's not spoilers. If you weren't there for that, I'm sorry. You had to learn about it now in general.
Oh, dear. I can't think of any other books from my childhood. And I started reading Kelly Armstrong books in grade 6. So
I still haven't. I don't know Kelly Armstrong.
Canadian author. Come on, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm bad at that kind of stuff.
It's like werewolves and magic and stuff.
It sounds awesome.
I mean, she does have other books, but that's what I started reading. Probably shouldn't have been reading it in grade 6. It's fine. It was all that we had in the house.
So you're saying, okay, your next question is, do you have an all-time favorite standalone or series? And what is it?
Right now, just because I've read too many books.
Yeah.
I am going to say my favorite series right now is ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Because I read that in 2 weeks.
My favorite, I don't know, series would just be Sherlock Holmes.
I've never read that.
It's a good read. I I like the mysteries and solving mysteries and stuff like that. And when I first started reading it, it wasn't. And did you know this? Sherlock Holmes is one of the most portrayed characters ever in history of film.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I watched Enola Holmes when I was in Florida.
I loved that. It was fun.
Good.
It was fun. I liked it.
And I think I've seen a couple Sherlock Holmes movies.
Oh, there's tons of movies.
In school.
There's tons of shows. The BBC used to have a whole entire series with Basil Rathbone, and it was so good. All of it's good. I love every rendition.
Maybe
so
we
good.
did read it in school, now that I think about it, because we wouldn't just watch the movie.
Yeah, I mean, Sherlock Holmes was a series of like short story magazine at the time, and then they just got compounded into books after a while. That would be my like all-time favorite series. And then right now I would say Simon Snow by Rainbow, I think it's pronounced Rainbow Rowell.
I've never heard of it.
It's a cute story. It's a
long acronym.
Yeah, a long acronym kind of story, and almost like Harry Potter in a sense. There's just a strict magical school thing going on. It's a pretty good read.
Yeah. Oh, I said ACOTAR, if nobody knows what that is, if you're not on the internet. A Court of Roses and Thorns by Sarah J. Maas. There we go. Yeah. There's an initial somewhere in there. And I have all of A Throne of Glass. And then I do want to read Crescent City. But she's coming out with another ACOTAR book soon.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just, it was such a good series.
That brings me to
made me cry.
The next question, which was what's on your to be read, and basically everything you just said.
Yeah.
I'm way behind.
You do you have the books though.
I do have the books. I also need to finish reading the Allie Hazelwood books.
The only one I haven't read is Bride.
Fine Print series?
Close. Dreamland Billionaires.
That one.
By Lauren Asher.
And Fine Print. Is that one
That's
one of the
first
books?
One.
Okay. What was the other series? I can't remember. I just have a long to be read pile.
By her? The other series by her?
Yeah.
The F1 series?
Yeah, I wanted to read that too.
Dirty Air.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have them. There's a library upstairs.
I know.
I'm
thankful for that.
My to be read. I got it. I'm waiting. I thought I heard a cat. I'm waiting to read Throne of Glass until I'm done with all my like little standalones that I bought, because I bought like 20 books a couple months ago. So I started reading, like I had said, Fangirl Down, which is about a golfer.
So weird.
I haven't picked it back up. I haven't had time to read. And then I'll dive into what I had also said. Book Talk got the best of me. So I have Punk 57. I bought Happy Place, read Happy Place, loved Happy Place. I have Icebreaker, which is just
this episode is just you flaunting your book reading.
I love reading. So I want to get through all of my like girly romance books before I dive back into my fantasy series, because it's like 10 books, I think.
Ooh.
10 or 12.
Fancy.
But I'm so excited. I love reading. I'm like in a meh right now, so
I feel that. That's like me and my painting and drawing. If I don't do it, I get meh.
Yeah, but then I can't focus right now. I tried to read and I was like, TikTok.
Yeah, doom scroll.
Which is like not cool.
Not fun.
Do you listen to music while you read?
Of course.
Do you listen to music with lyrics while you read?
Of course.
Okay. Everyone thinks I'm weird.
Why? You need the soundtracks.
Right? It's like a little movie.
It's like a little movie. Your head just starts producing a whole movie.
And shout out to all the people on Spotify who make playlists for all of these popular and not so popular books, because I love you. You assist in my reading.
You know what I really like? When the author puts a little playlist in there.
They're never long enough.
I know. I'd have to just keep it on repeat for months.
I know. If I can't find somebody who's made one, and they have one, I'll listen to it. But let me tell you, a lot of books are just straight up Taylor Swift, which
just
is
all Taylor Swift.
why she was like number 3 or something in my Wrapped last year.
It's just from reading books.
Let it just from book playlists.
Oh, wow.
And then, I discovered some songs. I was like, hey, I like these.
Bonus points to Taylor Swift.
What do you read most? Are you a rom-com person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nerd like that.
I'm a nerd like that.
It's kind of funny. I have probably 2 sides. I have like the rom-com, and then maybe the more analytical side of murder mystery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some actual nonfiction I'll read once in a while.
Nah, I haven't read a nonfiction book in a long time.
It's not my go-to. I prefer to have that, like, not necessarily always fantasy, but like just otherworld vibe.
Not even otherworld, just this.
Not this world.
I know this isn't real.
Yeah.
Let me escape for a little
It
bit.
needs to be cute and corny.
Yeah, rom-com, fantasy. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I recommend highly.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only like murder mystery I've ever read.
Yeah.
My mom reads a lot of Patricia Cornwell, which
Okay.
is like murdery stuff. I've read it like once. I'm not an overly big fan. She loves Stephen King.
Nah, I can't do.
I can't read his stuff. It's written at like a grade 5 level. I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. And
Might as well just watch all the movies because it's probably more.
I always ask her, okay, what's Pet Sematary about? She's like, read the book. I'm like, I don't
It's
want to
about
read it. Just
A
tell
Pet
me.
Cemetery spelt incorrectly
And I'm not watching the movie.
because it was spelt out by a child.
And I'm not watching Under the Dome. And I have watched it, unfortunately.
Have you ever seen Mist? The Mist?
Okay, so
That was good.
not the one that came out recently.
I'm mad that they just ended that because it was good.
There's a movie that came out
I also
way before
have
that.
seen
and
that,
we watched that on New Year's one time. Mom was like, this is a Stephen King thing. I was like, I hated this. It was so scary. I was like, what was the point?
It is spooky, but I you know what? I'm actually getting into spookier shows now.
I'm just a little bitch.
Bitch.
I'm scared of the dark, so
I used to be like you, and then I realized I need to have no fear. I'm gonna die soon. Wow, that what's the tangent? Trailed off there pretty hard.
gonna death.
Just right to death.
Oh my word!
Only by whale though.
yes,
Drowning by whale.
only a whale can eat me. Sorry.
What was the last book that you read?
Happy Place.
And you said it was good, right?
That was really good. Hannah's listening to it in audio format now.
Oh, another one I wanted to read was the Margaret Atwood one, The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh,
I wanted to read that because I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah, the show was filmed at my coworker's college
In
campus
Toronto, right?
in Waterloo.
Waterloo. I thought there was a Toronto scene.
There probably is. She's got
Somewhere.
pictures of them, like walking around and stuff.
That's cool.
Or maybe not pictures, but she's seen them, which I thought was funny. Shout out to Sydney. We love you, Sydney.
Yeah. Don't know who you are, Sydney, but you're cool.
Sydney's a baby architect.
Aw, baby.
I told her I'm going to put it on a t-shirt for her.
Sydney the baby.
Sydney's name is also Stacy.
What?
Let's just say somebody at work forgot her name
and
called her Stacy.
so her name is technically Sydney, not Stacy.
No, her name is Sydney. But
I
it
would
is
slap that person for
Oh,
calling
no.
me Stacy.
she went with it, and she's left and come back as a co-op, and we still call her Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
So she loves it.
Stacy the baby. What was the last book that I read? I genuinely can't remember. It was probably last year. I'm like halfway through the second Allie Hazelwood book.
That narrows it down. What do you mean? That's not even a series.
I know. It's just the second one that we were like waiting for to come out.
You just finished something, didn't you? No, Natalie just finished Love on the Brain. Or Love Hypothesis.
That's the one.
Love on the Brain?
Yes.
That's with B, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm halfway through that.
We love Allie.
I just end up reading better when it's summer because I like
Honestly,
to sit
yeah.
outside. As soon as winter comes, I lose a
You
lot
hibernate.
of interest in, I'd rather doom scroll.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I also just am obsessed with my phone, and I don't want to be obsessed with my phone.
Ugh,
there's nothing on TV, but if we're watching something, I have the urge to go on my phone. I'm like, stop.
Ugh, it's an addiction.
I'm like, you're not gaining anything. There's nothing on Instagram. There's nothing on Twitter.
You need to go for a walk around the block without your watch and without your phone.
Without my watch.
Just without any connections. It's very liberating.
I'd like to know how fast I'm walking.
I know, but you don't need to know that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I went for a walk tonight.
Good for you.
It was a little windy.
I didn't have any time to go for a walk. I haven't had any time all week.
Hey,
my Monday was 14 hours.
I got a notification during the opener for Noah that you closed all your rings. So go you.
Did I? I don't
did.
think I even got that notification.
I meant to hit you, but then it disappeared.
Oh, well.
So Erin closed all her Apple Watch rings on Tuesday, people.
Woot. I knew that walk around the mall. Yes. I knew that walk around the mall
would help
and get me that sweet, sweet serotonin of closing the Apple rings.
That's an addiction.
It is, except for I wish I was better at it.
And maybe not the rings, but the whole, you have a new challenge this month?
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
Somehow.
I'm running out of days to complete my challenge.
I get hyped about it at the beginning of the month, and then
the month happens,
and you're like, happens, and now all of a sudden it's the 18th, and
I know.
I'm wondering, where did April go?
It's like, just do this 10 times. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, sure, just 10 times. I still can't manage to do it, even though there's 30 days in a month. A lot of the time.
Oh dear.
Book covers.
Oh,
God. Throwback. Let's throw back to all. Okay, your opinion on realistic book covers.
I hate it. I don't want a half-naked man on my book cover.
That's a nay. Yeah, it's awkward.
It is awkward. Let me read my smutty little books with little cute characters on them so nobody knows what I'm reading unless they're also reading.
I want an abstract cover.
That too.
Because I don't want to know visually what the characters look like. I want my brain to develop that. I don't mind like the Allie Hazelwood covers, which are slightly illustrated.
Yeah.
But some of them that I've seen out there.
What did I say? Did I say illustrated? Did I say animated?
I can't remember. You can figure that out in the
men illustrated.
The post. The illustrated covers, they're okay. I'm fine with that, but
yeah.
When it gets to photography and realism,
no,
it's weird.
I've never liked that.
I don't want to know what these people actually look like. I want my brain to fill out the details to just a nice blurry blob.
Well, it's even what book series do I have? I think it's I don't remember. Anyways, the covers have since been updated since it blew up again.
I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah.
There's probably a bunch.
I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
And they used to be like half-naked men. And I'm like, why?
Because that was the way to attract the teenies.
Yeah, but when I was a teen, I wasn't looking for half-naked men.
No, but some. Like, let's just say you've never been a teen.
Yeah, that's also true.
You've just always been an old soul grandma Jade.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, like going into chapters. And it's nice to see like all of like the updated covers and all that. And then you like turn the corner and it's just like, ugh.
Half naked bodies everywhere.
Why?
Like, you know what? I don't want to advertise my smut.
Because you know what? For freak's sakes, the ones that are updated that look different now, the half naked man is not the freaking plot of the story.
No.
So he doesn't need to be on the cover.
No, give me some settings. Give me some pathetic fallacy looking abstract cover with colors.
Or tie in the cover like Lauren Asher, the F1 series, which I think was men at one point, and now it has since been updated.
Different.
Now each of it ties into like that piece of the story, which I love.
Yeah, and I think that should be how it is.
Yeah,
but
tie something in, make it abstract, make it illustrative. I don't even want to see like just a lady.
This just makes me think of how people visualize things in their minds, and there's a set of people out there, and there's a scale how people can visualize, being like 0 being like you cannot visualize in your brain.
I think I would cry.
I would lose my mind. I'm at like a level 11. You say apple and I'm
apple
visualizing the most common apple, which is red, maybe a Macintosh with a little speck of green through it with the spots, and in my head I can take that apple and draw it on a piece of paper with reflections and
I can't execute it, but I can picture it.
But that's in my head. So I'm a very like mentally visual person. So when someone says, I chopped my finger off and it was gushing blood, I can visualize that.
Maybe that's why I get so frustrated when I can't execute something that I can picture in my head.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Yeah, well, no.
It's a lot of practice.
I don't have patience for that.
I know you don't. You don't have patience. You're like, if I'm not good at it the first time, I am giving up.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm the complete opposite. I know I'm going to be terrible at it the first time, and it's very frustrating for me, but I work at it until I get good. Get good.
Mom.
That's fine. That's a compliment. She gets it.
Yeah, she gets it. She has to live with it. But yes, if you are an author and you're writing a book and you want it to blow up, don't put a half-naked man on your cover.
Yeah, get me to illustrate it.
Yeah, hire Aaron.
I'm a pretty decent artist, I got the credentials to back it up.
All the bachelors.
But not a master's, because I don't know if that counts for anything these days.
Do you get a master's first? No,
you get a bachelor's, then you move on to getting a master's.
Ugh, so much schooling.
That's a lot. I don't know if getting a master's in fine art is really worth. In my mind, it isn't worth it.
I don't know what it consists of, so I don't have an opinion.
It's just a lot of work. So I think that covers all of our...
I apologize that I had no freaking notes and talked out of my butthole.
Hey, you did good. You knew it all by heart, so I had to write it all down because I can't remember shit.
Books. To anyone out there who knows me personally and is ever like, I don't know what to get Jade for Christmas or her birthday or any other holiday where you buy people things.
Gift certificates for books.
Buy me gift cards to Indigo, please.
Books.
Ask me what's on my list that I want. Buy me a book. I'm happy with books. I like books. You
just need to create like an Amazon wish list for books.
Mm-hmm.
That would be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't keep up with you. You tell me you buy like 30 books, and then I'm like, oh, it's your birthday, Jade. I need to get you something for your birthday that you don't already own. But I want to get you just a gift card. That's lame.
Get me a gift card and then like make me a card and I'll be happy.
Fair enough.
I still have your Christmas card that you made me.
I can't remember what it...
You printed it on something. But
oh, right. Yeah.
There's a little tree and some shapes.
That was a while ago.
Yep.
Many years.
Aaron, we've known each other since 2018.
We've known each other. Yeah. I don't know if I really know you. That's why we're doing a podcast. So I can really get to know you.
That's why my coworkers listen, so they can get to know me.
Jade doesn't actually talk at work.
No, not really.
This is her personality.
Jade, you'll just hear Jade swearing at her computer.
Son of a... That was me today.
Giving it the finger.
I was going to throw my computer across the room.
Ew.
I just went to type out a word using Zurich font, and I guess whatever, the PC Windows just decided that this font was cursed and it was time to give up.
Sounds cursed.
Yeah, just crashed my program over
Oh.
and over and over again. So I uninstalled that shit, every single version of it, which there was about 25.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and it takes forever because PC doesn't just let you go select all, uninstall. Not anymore. You got to go through the settings one by one.
Can you select?
Oh, there's a cat in here.
How did you? I closed the door and put something in front of it.
Nope. Hi, cat. Another
Cat.
visit.
Come here.
Another visit from the cat. Yay!
I'm gonna learn how to turn that off.
Not a chance. I'll just turn it back on again.
I know. I was gonna say a recommendation could be a book, but if you don't have a book, do you have anything else for them?
Go listen to Mothika's new song.
I haven't listened to any of them yet. I feel so bad.
Oh, Doomed is so sad. The new song is called Curiosity Killed the Moth.
Oh.
It's a little fun one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for it. How about you?
Am I here for it?
Well,
Or
you can be here for it and not be here for it, but I'm more so asking, what's your recommendation?
I don't know. Did I listen to anything? I feel like I added something to my my Spotify recently. Opening the phone. Hello, Ash.
I've been listening to that one song that you were singing to at the Benson Boone concert, the X's song.
The X's. Tate McRae?
By Tate McRae. It's like nonstop. It's really catchy.
It's a great song to run to.
That is a good idea.
Because you know how Spotify, I discovered that it has all these fun playlists.
Yeah.
It's in my like hype shower mix and my hype workout mix.
Get hyped in the shower.
21 Gun Salute by Catch Your Breath. That is from our blend.
I like it, but I just hate songs with guns in it. Mention of guns.
What is a 21 Gun Salute? Is this something to do with the army?
Yeah, like okay. I think if an army personnel passes away, they do a 21 gun salute. No, I think it's just more of an American thing, but they may do it here. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about the army.
Other than that, the only time I've ever heard of it is from the Green Day song.
Yeah. Which they're probably referencing again.
Mm-hmm. Meow. He's so loud. Yeah. Thanks for listening to us talk about books.
Yeah.
We are going to start, maybe not this week. Oh my God, Ash. Maybe next, depending on if we get our shit together. Having a highlight on our Instagram that has all of our recommendations.
Yeah, recommendations or stuff going on or references that we mention in the podcast that you can't see visually.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It's if somebody's listening and at a later date.
Hello, is anyone out there?
They're not lost. But yeah, so look forward to that because that'll be fun. And then you can enjoy all the stuff that Aaron and I enjoy.
And while you're here, and if you've made it to the end of this fantastic podcast that we called Unapologetic Introverts, which we are sorry a lot of the time, remember to like, rate, and review the podcast. You can only do it once on Spotify. But, if you want to just create a few extra Spotify accounts and give us some more love, that's fine too. Do we have a question for them for this episode? What's your favorite book? What are you reading right now?
Yeah. What are you guys reading? What do you like to read?
Seriously, just let us know because I need some more recommendations that
I
won't read.
Stop.
Jade will read them. I won't. Now we're going to plug our socials. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X if you want to call it that.
The URL still says Twitter.
It's still Twitter. It's still good.
Still counts.
They're all in the description. And if you'd like to send us an email regarding the topic or you just want to say hi.
Somebody send us an email beside my mom, please.
Yeah, we can't be that lame. Sad face.
I know I'm lame, but can Aaron and I be like unlame together?
Not if we keep saying like as much as we do.
I'm just going to need like a shock collar.
Yes, it's going to be me hitting the applause button.
Every time.
Yes. Thank you for everyone putting up with me hitting that button a million times. That will be happening very frequently in the future. I'm excited about it.
And there's plenty more on our little... I don't even know what it is.
Jade shouldn't have showed me this. This is like a little soundboard.
The ultimate recording for podcasts. Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah, thank you, Zoom.
Also, fuck you, Zoom, for making this.
I'm going to annoy the shit out of Jade now.
So many sounds for Aaron to press. I think you can also program it like you could record your own.
That's awesome.
And have it in there.
We could have little beeps for swears.
Yeah, no, but then I gotta, you gotta know that I'm gonna say it.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.